Greetings, everybody. It's Jesse here, coming to you with another video, and this was brought to my attention, so I figured I'd pull up some verses and see what we can come up with in dealing with the number 6. Mainly 666. I am titling this the 666 Death Grip, because, I mean, there's a whole bunch of significance with 666. You have the number 666, obviously, according to Revelation 13. You have a lot of significance of 666 in regards to Solomon and the talents of gold, 666 talents of gold. You have the 666th chapter of the Bible, which is Ecclesiastes 7, which talks about the wise and the wicked man. So there's a lot of interesting things to ponder there. And you have the 6th seal, the 6th trumpet, and the 6th vial. And we're going to start off with that. And also, this is going to go into a huge study with the number 6. And also some other things that might seem a little different than what you've been told in the past. Now, this is just basically a thought study, just something to think about. I'm not saying that this is all accurate. This was just brought to my attention a couple days ago, and I figured I'd do my best to bring this out. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and read Revelation 6, 12, and 13 in regards to the 6th seal. It says, "And I beheld him when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind." Now, symbolically, stars can be referenced as angels. In a literal sense, meteors, or the actual stars falling, or the position of the stars, how they fall down, how they fall through the horizon. So there's multiple things of what this could be. Well, let's just take a look at this as an example of symbolically speaking of stars of heaven fell into the earth. Okay, let's just say that this is fallen angels. Okay, I'm not saying it is. This is just a thought thinking here. If we do that, because the 6th seal is actually totally different from the 6th trumpet and the 6th vial. Alright? Because if you look at the 6th trumpet, this is what we read. 9:13, Revelation 9:13 through 15. "And the 6th angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before Yahuwah, or Elohim, or God, saying to the 6th angel which had the trumpet, Loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of man." You hear about in Jude, talking about the fallen angels that are bound in chains, talking about how they left their first estate, and these types of things. So it seems like you have the 6th angel that are loosening these chains of these 4 angels that are bound in the great river Euphrates. "And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men." Okay, so we jump to the 6th vial, or bowl. 16:12 through 14. When the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Very interesting here with that word prophet. It comes from the Greek pseudo prophetes or propheties. Pseudo propheties. Pseudo. It's a very interesting word. Pseudo. A spurious prophet that is pretended, or foreteller, or religious impostor. False prophet. The word pseudo is a false, signifying false or counterfeit, or spurious. How many times have you heard the phrase pseudo-Christianity? Your charismatics, all your denominations, all your 501c3s, all your megachurches. These are all pseudo-Christian cults, if you will. So when you look at that aspect, is this false prophet really, in a way, just one person? Or is this false prophet a multitude of men, basically? You know, it does say in John that there will be many antichrists, or spirit of antichrist, or anti-messiahs, coming in the name of the Messiah, or Christ. But that's kind of interesting when you get the word pseudo with that word prophet. It only occurs in the book of Revelation. It's very interesting. This specific word only occurs. Obviously, you can trace other words that go with this word in other parts of the New Testament, but as far as prophet goes, this false prophet, that this pseudo-prophetes only occurs in this verse. Pseudo-Christian, counterfeit. Something to think about. For they are the spirit of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle that great day of God Almighty. How many people, how many pseudo-Christian religions out there are in an uproar against Islam? So we have to go out there to Muslims, we have to do this world peace plan. Dominionism, basically. Dominionist. Again, every single denomination, every single Christian denomination is a pseudo-Christian denomination. Okay? That's why there's no Bibles for denominations. You're supposed to be a follower of Yeshua or Jesus, and that's it. You're not supposed to have any part of any building, for we are all the body of Christ. You start to get divided in denominations, then you're looking for trouble. So I thought that was interesting how that long Greek word there, pseudo, prophet, was put in there. Spurious prophet that is pretended foreteller or religious impostor. False prophet. Here we have the Star of David on the Israeli flag. And you can see 666 here. If you look, you have the 6 points, followed by the 6 equilateral triangles, and the 6-sided polygon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 666 on the Israeli flag. So you have that going. And it's kind of interesting how we talked about the 6th trumpet. But I wanted to bring you to the 5th trumpet before we go on to the number 6 and continue. So remember, the 6th trumpet talked about the Euphrates. Now let's kind of look at the 5th trumpet here. The 5th trumpet reads, we're going to read just Revelation 9:1. We're going to kind of go through some other verses here. The 5th trumpet reads, and the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and unto him was given the key of the bottomless pit. You hear Jesus or Yeshua talk about, I see Satan falling like lightning. Was that a vision he was seeing? He was describing as a future event? Possibly. But this is interesting, because in the 5th angel sounded, I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. And to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. So what's the context of this? Well, it's an angel. I mean, how is a regular star given a key? Okay, I mean, that just doesn't make sense. Alright? So this star is given the key of the bottomless pit. Let me take you to 2 Thessalonians 2, 3 through 10. They remind us at the 5th trumpet. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God, or Elohim, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you I told you these things? And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Seems like this kind of goes along with the 5th trumpet, don't it? I mean, think about it. By the time the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th seals, and the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th trumpet is done, think about all the chaos that's going to be going around. Think about it. Think about all the amounts of chaos going around. What if, possibly, that these first 4 seals and these first 4 trumpets and these first 4 vials, or however they're going to correlate with each other, what if this is all the time of sorrows, the beginning of sorrows? What if the 5th trumpet actually starts the 3.5-year Great Tribulation? Has anyone ever stopped to think about that for a minute? I mean, just think about that real close. Before I, as I go further into this. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him, now this word is in italics, so this was added. So we could also read this as, who's coming. So let's look at the verse above. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. What does the next verse say? And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion. Is it possible that this strong delusion could occur at this 5th trumpet? And that what we're seeing right now is just the cards being played? preparing us, brainwashing us to accept this strong delusion that God said, that Yahuwah, that Elohim said he was going to send. Sure seems like this wicked is going to be falling from heaven like a star falling from heaven. If he's cast out, he's going to want a body to inhabit. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. I believe this beast out of the earth kind of represents the false prophet, or the pseudo or counterfeit Christianity. All these anti-messiahs walking about, running about. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So, again, let's read this again. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. This beast that comes up out of the earth. It's going to deceive those that dwell on the earth by the miracles that he's going to make, that he's going to do, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. So, who is this lamb-like beast telling to make an image to the first beast? Telling man, right? What is an image? Well, this beast is the conglomerate of men, right? What is this image? What if it's a clone? What if it's a clone body of a man? You stop to think about that. After all, Satan's going to have to inhabit a body now, isn't he? And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So he's going to be able to speak. And he has power to give life unto this image. This false prophet, this beast out of the earth. So you got a false prophet. You got these false prophets that are linked up with this lamb-like beast. This pseudo-Christianity. That's basically paving the way and setting it up for this. To make an image to the beast. That will speak, and that will have life given to it. Now, we have the technology to clone. Obviously, that's been around for a while. Human cloning. The word image is a likeness. That is a statue, a profile, or figuratively a representation or a resemblance. A resemblance of what? A human being? Comes from this word 1503, which is eco. Through the idea of faintness as a copy, to resemble, be like. Be like what? Like a man, resemble a man. Even though it's not a man, it's Satan himself. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor. Who causeth this? Who causeth all? Look at the context. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. But the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So it's this image of the beast that causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 666, or 666. It's the image of the beast that does it. Number of a man. Let's look at the 6th day of creation. And God said, or Elohim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. This is the 6th day. God says that he can declare the end. He declares the end from the beginning. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning was the 6th day. So all this from Revelation 9:1. And the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. Again, you cannot read the book of Revelations from chapter to chapter, because it's not written in chronological order. Alright? You have to get used to searching here a little, there a little. Line upon line, line upon line. You know, just like a lot of the writings of Paul, you got to search the scriptures. You can't just rely on a chapter of Paul's writings and say, oh, there it is, without searching other matters that coincide with it. That'll give you a better understanding of what Paul is saying. It's the same thing as the book of Revelations. You cannot just read it in chronological order, because you will be confused and you will be led astray, and you will probably be following whatever garbage that 95 to 97% of these prophecy teachers are telling you. Okay? I'm not saying what I'm saying is right. I'm just throwing stuff out here, and you come to your own conclusions. Continuing on from Revelation 9:2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. And they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth were as the teeth of lions. And they had breastplates as it were the breastplates of iron. Breastplates of iron? Breastplates of iron, huh? What was Rome's metal, according to the statue in Daniel 2? Iron? Interesting. And the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle. And they had tails like unto scorpions, and they were and there were stings in their tails, and their power was to hurt men 5 months. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. Abaddon means a destroying angel, Hebrew origin, or which means abstractly a perishing, concretely Hades, destruction. 1828 Webster's has it as this, the destroyer, or angel of the bottomless pit. This is a attensive word from abad, which means properly to wander away. What did Satan do? He wandered away because he wanted to be like God. How art thou fallen, O Lucifer, son of the morning? That is, lose oneself, by implication to perish, break, destroy, not escape, fail, lose, cause to make, perish, spend, and surely take, be undone, utterly, be void of, have no way to flee. Now, Apollyon says it plain and simple. Apollyon means destroyer, that is Satan. So Apollyon and Abaddon basically tells you what Abaddon or Apollyon, which is the same one, is. It's Satan. So, you go back up to Revelation 9:1 and read it again. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him was given the key of the bottomless pit. This is at the fifth trumpet. I believe the fifth seal also talks about there's silence in the heavens or something like that. Or there was war in the heavens or silence in the heavens for about a half hour. I don't know if that has any significance and correlation to the fifth trumpet or not. More than likely it does. But Revelation 9:1 basically, you look at the last chapter of Revelation 9, and it tells you who the star is. Satan is going to be cast out. He's not going to be able to go up to heaven and be the accuser of the brethren. He's going to be on this earth with us. Chances are inhabiting a cloned body of a certain man or whatever. Something to think about. And then finally in John 6:65 through 68. And he said, therefore said I unto you that no man can come unto me except that were given unto him of my Father. John 6:66. From that time many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. They wanted it the easy way. They wanted it the broad way. They wanted it the beast way. Because the beast way is going to sound easier. It's going to sound not so constrictive. Not going to sound too hard. It's going to be the easy life. And they won't walk with Christ or Yeshua anymore. That's John 6:66. John 6:66. 67 and 68. Then said Jesus unto the 12, will ye also go away? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life. So, these are some thought-provoking things. It's just something to grasp onto or something to think about. This is basically going to be an open discussion because I'm not saying that this is etched in stone, that this is for sure, I got this all figured out, but please feel free to leave your comments. And truth be told, truth be known, stay safe, God bless, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.